We're going live. You might not want to say anything. All right. Technical difficulties.
Yep.
All of this, all this bling here created some delays in the studio.
Look at this bling we got going on.
Adam vanished. He disappeared with all that bling.
Yeah.
So what do we got here?
He might join us later on, though, right?
Yeah. So we got Nick. He's back. He's got the goat chain. He might have a trophy or two.
Got the goat chain here. Compliments to Tony Perri.
Hey.
Dropping it off, saying to go to real estate agents.
I'm definitely not the goat of present delivery, though. Clearly, Nick's family thought we were trying to steal all of his mail.
Nothing like Christmas Eve, and we're all sitting there opening presents, and we're looking outside, and Tony Perri is trying to fit a goat chain in your mailbox and can't do it, and we're all sitting there laughing at him.
It's better than trying to put a real goat in your mailbox.
That is true. That is true.
The Italian way, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so you're back. We got the goat chain.
Got the goat chain. We appreciate that. Right here, we got just recently won the 2024 House Hustler of the Year award over at Listing Leaders Northwest Real Estate. They presented me with, so Tony wanted me to bring that on. Today is my day with the cup. You know how they do the Stanley Cup and all that.
One of the coolest traditions in all of sports.
Isn't it? I love it.
So you're bringing it around. I think I saw a video of you this morning working out with it.
Absolutely. This came to the gym with me at 5 a.m.
This thing clearly skipped. Look at this. It skipped leg day.
Yeah. No, we didn't skip leg day though. We didn't. But this thing was at the gym with me at 5 a.m. today. It's been with me all day. We're going to start the day here, and I got a busy day ahead, but this thing is going to be with me all day long.
All right. I love it.
Absolutely. Now, with that though, the Oosting Group wants to present you and Adam, but Adam's not here right now, a little token of our own because we appreciate your guys' partnership, and we can't be the only ones blinged out here, so we got to get you guys a little money sign there.
The dollar bill, y'all.
Dollar bill for 2025, because that's the goal. And here's the
printing some money.
Yeah, here's Adam's right here. So if he gets here, we can slide that over onto him over there.
Love that. Woo. All right. So now that we have all of the introductions, the formal accolades over, I did have to tell everyone I have to read a massive disclaimer before we dive into today's topic.
All right.
Because compliance loves these things.
Yes.
So I started the speech out with this speech as my recital. I think it's very vital to rock a rhyme. That's right. On time. It might be tricky, but no, for real. We're going to discuss a couple specific loan products today. I have to tell everyone that all loans are subject to credit approval as well as program requirements and guidelines. Requirements are subject to change without notice, Nick. And this is not a commitment to lend. Novus Home Mortgage, a division of Exonia Bank, is not affiliated with any government agency.
I feel like we're getting pretty professional. We're getting kind of big time. We got to put disclaimers out there before. Last year, I think we could just go out and say it and not have to worry.
Yeah, you got a couple of followers and a few things and a lot of haters. But what happens in our world, right? And we want to go full political on this, but as people think about regulation and deregulation, Chevron deference, the CFPB, and all of that stuff. In our world, specifically the lending world, if we use terms like low down payment, no down payment, those are considered trigger terms under several laws. So we have to define like all of the inside piece that not everyone's going to qualify for these loan products. Not everybody wants these types of loan products, but for a vast majority of people, these products are designed to lower the barrier for home ownership.
Absolutely.
I think that's why we want to talk, specifically starting off with USDA loans.
Yes, USDA loans for some reason don't give. I mean, they're not for everybody, but for some reason don't get maybe the publicity that they should. Because I see it all the time. People want to buy a house. That's the American dream, right? That's the American goal. Nick, I only got a couple $1,000s in my bank account, or I'm low on money. I got this, and that. Whatever it may be. USDA loan is a 0% down payment financing program, basically, and that's 0% down, literally, as your down payment, 0% down. Correct? Am I right on that?
Let's ask the lender here. Finance 100% of the purchase price or the appraised value.
And we just did one, didn't we?
Correct.
We did one out in DeMont, Indiana.
We'll specify here only because I got to be the compliance police on this. So, 100% financing or 0% down on USDA does not mean in all cases, $0 at closing, $0 out of pocket, no cost. You still have transactional closing costs. Yep. Nick will dive into what we did for our buyers in DeMott there. But I think one of the biggest parts you let on about USDA, people not knowing about it or not understanding it. Yeah. We clear out a couple misconceptions. USDA is not for farms. No. This loan program is not for farms. No. So then you get into USDA single family housing programs. There are two: USDA guaranteed and USDA direct. Mm-hmm. USDA direct, and people have seen on media about some of the shutdowns in government aid programs. USDA direct would be one of those programs that falls under that. It's a very specific program. Lenders don't participate in it. You get that directly from the USDA. Bundlers are involved, and it's a very specific thing that the government subsidizes your mortgage payment. Yep. USDA guaranteed is the loan program that lenders participate in to help you secure a single family home, a townhouse. It cannot be 2, 3, or 4 unit. Yeah. So, all right. Disclaimer. All right. Take us through the rest of the story now.
Disclaimer on that, but yeah. Nick, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have this and that. I want to buy a home. What can I do? I'm looking to save up. Talk with my lender, Tony Perri. Tony Perri is very good. There's different programs. What areas are you looking in? We should say this. We got somebody.
We are back.
We got somebody.
All right.
I got bling.
You got some bling, man. We can't let you be without the bling. It's that kind of day.
Who am I?
Wherever you want to be.
I feel like Cash Money Millionaire.
There you go. So we're talking a little about USDA loans. So, I don't have a lot of money down. What can I do?
USDA prime beef.
Yeah. Certified lien.
You get a USDA loan.
I don't know what to do with my hands anymore.
0% down. Let me scoot over here a little bit. Got to get the trophy in there. 0% down.
We'll put it in front of the mic. There we go.
0%.
0% down. But Nick, so I got to come to closing with no money out of my pocket? Well, no, you still have closing costs, right? Buyers still have closing costs like that. Well, what can I do about that? I only got a couple hundred in my bank account, or my bank's low. I want to save that, or I got money in my bank account, but I want to save that to put into this house to fix it up, whatever it may be. No problem at all. We can negotiate a seller credit, which we just did for our buyer there. They came out with zero money out of pocket for the entire closing, down payment. No closing costs they had to bring. They also even walked home with a $1,000 check, I believe we got them.
Just under like $984.
$984.
Sorry,
I got paid to buy a house.
Yep. They bought a house and got paid $984, and they were extremely happy.
So we'll talk through the technicalities on that one again, so I don't get in a ton of trouble on this.
Tony got to do
this. So exactly. Today. So the $984 they got. This is one of the misconceptions that happens and why USDA creates confusion for a consumer. When you write a contract, majority of the time there's an expectation from the seller or the seller's side for you to come up with earnest money. Yep. I am going to in earnest complete this transaction. Yep. So the $984 wasn't like an additional, it wasn't like, hey, here's a $984 gift. What it was a rebate or a refund of almost all of the earnest money at closing.
Yep.
So they got their own money back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
They ended up, I think, total all in, right? So the difference between the $1,000 earnest money, $984, was that $16? Part one. Part two, they did a home inspection.
And
that is one thing the USDA creates a lot of other confusion on. There's not a specific home inspection that's required. You just do the standard appraisal.
Yeah.
A lot of people get tripped up. USDA is going to come to the house. What are they going to say? That's not the case either.
No, absolutely not. And
not that we encourage people to skip home inspections, but
what did that home close for again?
I don't know,
200 something. I forget what it was. But it was close to $300,000. I know that. So they almost got a $300,000 home with no money out of pocket, basically.
That's pretty cool.
So
it is a great product.
Yep. What if Tony? Let me ask you this: What if they're trying to buy a house that isn't eligible, because not all areas are eligible for USDA, correct?
Correct.
They're not for farms, but they're more for like rural areas. That's what but single family homes in rural areas.
But what's crazy is rural, like 70% of the continental United States is defined as rural by USDA. 70%.
It's a lot more areas than you think.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So I think the first thing we're sorry to cut you off on it, but
no, you're good.
If Adam calls me and says, "Hey Tony, I'm looking to buy a house," he started with Nick. Hey, let's talk about loan programs. I'm paying a crazy amount of rent right now. My transmission just went out on my car, and trying to get to work is the most important thing to preserve my income. What type of products or programs do we have? Well, Adam, are you willing to live in this area that isn't the yellow shaded area? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a 15-minute commute to the grocery store. Whatever.
All right. So let's talk through the USDA process. It is a little data intensive, and that's why you don't see a lot of lenders advertise it, because it's very misunderstood, even in the professional side of the community. So then the next piece is, well, Adam, you actually need to be close to mom and dad or close to in-laws for babysitting. So the yellow shaded area maybe doesn't work. All right, well, let's talk to Nick and see, and me, what other loan programs exist out there. The other no money down, 100% loan to value financing program is VA. Adam, you have 6 years of creditable service in the National Guard or the Reserves? Maybe. Questionable.
Yeah. Honorable discharge.
Dishonorably discharged under honorable conditions. We know them all. If that is not you, so if you are not able to, for whatever geographical reason or life reason, not able to live in a USDA eligible area, the next option would be a VA loan. In that case, if you don't have applicable or acceptable service time, that's out the window. Real quick on VA, huge misconception. You can actually have 2 VA loans at one time.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like 2 different properties or same property?
2 different properties.
A lot of people don't even know you can get 2 VA loans in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like investment property? Second house?
So you live in one for a while.
One,
so you move up and you can actually still buy another one on the move up. There's some technicalities with that, but a lot of misconception about how that works.
People think they can only have 1 shot at it and they're done. They actually have 2 shots at it.
Well, at 2 shots at the same time.
At the same time is a big thing. People think they can only get 1 shot in their lifetime.
Wow.
A lot of people, I had to use my VA loan when I was 25 years old, and they could be in their 40s and 50s and 60s.
Like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I could do that again.
You got another Uno card.
You can do that as many
Reverse. We're going back.
Yep.
That's also a great product. But if you don't fit either of those, whatever you want to call it, slots or avenues, then we look into down payment assistance products.
Yep.
The reason why you call me versus you call Joe Schmo lender, the reason why down payment assistance products end up on the last option is because they all have red tape, drawbacks, clawbacks, all of that stuff. Everyone knows they love the no strings attached approach. The problem that we see on those frequently is you have a young family and you trying to overcome the down payment objective, right? And Adam, you go, hey, I want to do this. I go, well, okay, but we need to look at, you have 1 young kid, maybe 1 on the way. Not that we can't ask those questions legally, but you divulge that to Nick. Well, Adam, you have to understand that when you go to sell this house, that there's going to be a recapture portion within a particular window on that down payment assistance.
Okay.
Is that something you're willing to sacrifice now, knowing later on that you may have to pay a portion of that back?
Yeah, if I have to move within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, and there's not like every program is different. Illinois Housing has my favorite one, which is they have a $10,000 grant that's repayable at 0% interest. And that way you're continually establishing equity or growing equity. You don't have that $7,000, $8,000 surprise at the end of the end of the puzzle.
I think I did that. Like when I first bought a house, there was some $8,500 grant thing, first time home buyer.
Doesn't it fall off if you're living in a house for a certain amount of years for most of them? It depends. I know it's different.
I can't answer that concisely anymore because there are 5 for Illinois. There's 5 programs. Indiana specifically, there's 4. All of them have very, very different requirements.
Yeah.
But what happens is a lender doesn't like to explain that, right? Mm-hmm. Because we don't want to, we don't want to scare you. And it's like, well, I want to know about that because you also can end up with capital gains tax even on the sale of a primary residence.
True that.
So we need to have a real strategy, a real family strategy.
Yep.
That's why I obviously love working with Nick because he doesn't mind those honest conversations because
I prefer him.
He wants to be your real estate agent for life.
Well, I want them to talk with Tony and get the real interest and know what they're getting into and not get, talked into something maybe that might not be for the best of them. But I want to know when I'm showing somebody what they can afford, what's best for them, what they need. That way we can narrow everything down. We can look at it. Now let's go and do this. You know what I mean? It saves the client time, my time, Tony's time, everybody's time, and just actually creates a plan rather than just going, and then getting people excited for no reason. And then, that's when buyers and clients start getting, feeling like they shouldn't be in this In the pool of buying right now, we need a plan. We need to get a plan, talk with the lender. That's the first thing. Introduce them, get you the straight facts and everything you need to do, and what's the best plan moving forward.
True that.
Absolutely. And then, the other piece of the puzzle, obviously, Adam here, understanding lenders that understand the USDA does have a couple weird quirks on homeowners insurance coverages, particularly their the deductible amount
has to be underneath.
Yes.
$5,000 or something.
Exactly. So a insurance agent that understands that when we relay, hey, we should talk to someone at the agency here, they already know because we're handing that off with the financing type.
Yep.
You're not getting misquoted and unreasonably or unrealistically low premium to then have a surprise a week later.
True that.
Well, you just actually talked to a client of ours the other day, gave him to a lender and basically told him you need to sell your house, but you can't buy it right now. Correct?
I did.
How many lenders want to do that? Have that conversation? They don't see there's no buyer right now. Nick, it doesn't matter. They're not going to work them anymore. Nope. Tony goes, you need to sell your house. Now's not the best time for you to buy. This is what you need to do. 6 months to a year. I'll work with you, but let's try to come up with a plan to make that happen. Most lenders aren't going to do that. Tony doesn't get paid off telling people they can't buy.
No,
so Tony's not doing it for his own pocket.
He's
Say, hey, call Nick up, introduce you, get your house sold, get yourself reset, in a better situation, and then let's also work on a plan. Maybe might be a year from now. They might be willing to buy, or able to buy. But
it's one of the most shitty parts of my job. Having that conversation, one, because I'm breaking your heart more than likely.
Sure.
And two, like me having that conviction to tell you that's the difference between me putting food on my family's table and not. Yep. But if I tell you that, understand that that's where I'm at. They don't pay me to tell you no. I have the courage to tell you no or to do it right.
Well,
and I think
to be honest about, the cool part is you live here. You're gonna run into that person again. And if you did the wrong thing and you're like, no, you can afford it, and then that you're creating an enemy out of that. But
you're spinning wheels, and then you're just creating a false narrative that they can go out and do stuff, and that's when people start getting, they realize they can't, they get hurt by it, and they don't want to do it, and they start, not liking the whole process as a whole and get out of it. So you need to know the facts, what it is, and we can put yourself in the best positions. And like Adam said, we're here every day.
Best positions we take in Eagles or Chiefs.
Dude.
Can't bet against Mahomes, but I'm going to. I'm going to do Eagles.
I'm a sucker for the Eagles. They keep hurting me a little bit, but
do they?
Yeah, a little bit.
I obviously shouldn't bet against them with the whole brand thing because Mahomes and whoever. But
and my auto.
But how can you? How you got to at some point? Someone's got to beat them.
Someone's got to beat them.
Maybe
there's never been an NFL team that won 3 in a row ever. Correct? Am I right on that?
Oh man, I can't think of one.
Not that
maybe
before not the Super Bowl era. I don't think that ever happened.
The Bills lost 3 in a row. Maybe
4 in a row. 4 in a row.
And the other thing, you don't want to be the Giants front office, man. You let Saquon out of there to a division rival, and that guy is just a machine.
Does anyone?
How about the Bears front office, who Saquon said he was very close to signing with them, and then obviously made the right choice for him.
Wow, yeah.
Who are the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears.
What about this NBA stuff? These blockbuster trades out of what is up with that?
Good question. You know who we should ask? Our one fan, Abby.
Abby wanted to talk a little NBA basketball today.
Is
she messaging in right now? Yeah. Abby, what do you think about the trade? Let's get your.
Who's Luka Doncic? I don't know.
Why
she's going with the Eagles. She's going with the Eagles.
She's going with Eagles, but why would they give up a top 5 NBA player?
I have not cared about the NBA for some little time now. I got no idea what's going on in that. I don't know why they would either. Makes absolutely no sense.
Some interesting conversations actually about NBA team ownership and the whole collective bargaining agreement, cost of goods, the cost to put the product on the court. And a lot of these guys, their whole goal seems to be to gobble up as much real estate around there to the sports entertainment district.
The winning doesn't matter.
And now they're we can roll out a marginal product, but we capture the audience. So
you want the surrounding, the area to be booming, and that's why people go to the games for entertainment purposes. And
that's awesome.
But the NBA is different than it was back in the day. Nobody sticks with one team.
Well, it costs you a down payment now to go to an NBA, any professional game. It seems like
it's $1,000,
unless you go to the Phoenix Suns game, which they're owned by a competitor, so we're not going to talk about that.
Michigan State alum, though.
All right, Sparty,
you're our guy, though.
All right, so we talked about overcoming that objection. I don't have a lot of money in the bank. don't hesitate to reach out. If that's your problem, or I don't want to depart or deploy this money that's in the bank,
Right.
Don't be afraid to reach out.
Right.
We'll put plans together. I've put plans together for people to show them how to save.
Yeah.
To coach them through it, right? Like,
I don't know how many people have spent 6 to 12 months with you, and you're willing to take that time to work with them. And then you're calling me up 8 months later, they're calling me up and they're so excited. They got their pre-approval. They're ready to buy. They're ready to go. We have a plan. And within 2 months, we're probably closing on a house, which maybe they would have never done if they didn't take that time to talk with you and then actually go through the steps of that 6 to 12 month process to fix their credit, to fix whatever situation, pay some credit cards off, save money up, whatever they
get in that
need to
prime
do.
position.
Okay.
Real estate's
Winning position.
Winning position. We're winning trophies. We're winning awards.
So much winning, we can't take it anymore.
Exactly. So
yes,
since you have your day in the cup, and this is like
this is day in the cup
stuff,
day. Adam, you missed that a little bit.
Speaking of winning,
oh, you're not doing that, are you?
Oh, you're
you're not doing that, are you?
Oh yeah, I don't know where this trophy came from, but
I didn't watch that, man.
The mountains aren't even blue.
This thing's been to the gym
Oh,
already.
boy.
All right, like a real NHL guy.
All right, cheers.
Here,
Yeah.
some
Yeah, we got.
I don't want to spill this on here.
It's already coming out the bottom. No,
So
I'm sure.
frothy. It's leaking all over.
Nothing
All
like
right, so we'll be back next week.
coffee and a 9:30 beer to wake.
We're back next week. I think it's just Tony and Adam and the Valentine's Day
With
special.
the Eagles lifting the Super Bowl trophy.
EAGLES. Did you see the other day the mayor of Philadelphia didn't spell Eagles?
Oh no,
gosh, stop.
You forgot the A?
Man, they didn't want to buy a vowel.
Okay.
Well, fly Eagles, fly Eagle. I mean, take them. They're getting 1.5 points too. You might as well take the points, take the money line, and then if you lose all of that, you don't have your down payment anymore. USDA loan here to save the day.
We can save you, right?
All right, Nick. How do they get in touch with you?
630-284-9624. All over Facebook, Instagram, social media. Look up Realtor Nick Oosting. Follow our page. We got all listings, all information like this on there. Yeah, great stuff.
All right, hit the wrong one. Apply with JR.
Yeah.
This damn mirror thing. Hit up the adamismyagent.com. Schedule a time to talk about insuring all of your assets and fly Eagle fly, baby. Nick,
Let's go.
Where's the cup going next?
We got a busy day ahead. We're gonna go to Stager. We might have to go up to Skokie. It's gonna move me all day today. So
that's a lot of driving.
Follow through. We're gonna have a.
We better pour the rest of that beer out.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Sabrina's got to drink it.
All right. Until next week, we out.
See ya.
I'm done. Cut the show.